Something follows me home from every camping trip, part 1. I've been camping my entire life. Started when I was 7 with my dad, and now, at 32, I've probably spent more nights under canvas than most people spend in hotels. I know every sound the forest makes, every shadow that belongs, every smell that means danger. But something's been wrong for the past 2 years. Something that makes me question everything. I thought I knew about the wilderness. It started after a solo trip to Cascade National Forest. 3 days, 2 nights, nothing unusual. Perfect weather, good fishing, the kind of trip that reminds you why you love being alone in the woods. But on the drive home, I kept checking my rearview mirror. Not because of traffic, the highway was practically empty. I just had this feeling that something was behind me. When I got home, I unpacked my gear in the garage like always. Tent, sleeping bag, camp stove, the usual suspects. But as I was shaking out my sleeping bag, something fell out. A small stick, maybe 4 inches long, with what looked like hair wrapped around it. Dark hair. Coarse, definitely not human. I figured it was just debris from the campsite and tossed it in the trash. That night, I woke up to scratching sounds outside my bedroom window. Slow, deliberate scratching, like claws on glass. I live in suburbia, the most dangerous wildlife we get are raccoons. But this sounded bigger, heavier. I grabbed a flashlight and pulled back the curtain, but saw nothing except my own reflection staring back. The scratching stopped. I convinced myself it was just a branch in the wind, maybe a cat, but deep down, I knew better. The sound was too rhythmic, too purposeful. The next morning, I found gouges in the wood siding beneath my window. Deep gouges, like something had been trying to claw its way in. 2 weeks later, I went camping again. Different forest, different state. Olympic Peninsula this time. Thick old growth that blocks out most of the sunlight, even during the day. I set up camp near a creek, far from any trails. The first night was peaceful. The second night, I heard footsteps circling my tent. Not animal footsteps. These were measured, careful, bipedal. They'd stop when I stopped moving, start again when I shifted in my sleeping bag. I lay there for hours, listening to something pace around my campsite like a predator studying its prey. In the morning, I found the footprints. Barefoot, human-shaped, but wrong somehow. The toes were too long, the arch too deep, and they were everywhere. Around my tent, near my food cache, leading to and from the creek. But they didn't lead away from my campsite. They just stopped at the edge of the clearing. I packed up and left immediately. The drive home was worse this time. I could feel it in the car with me. Not see it, not hear it, but feel it. Like a presence in the back seat, watching me through the rearview mirror. I kept the radio loud and the windows down, but nothing helped. The feeling followed me all the way to my driveway. This time, I was ready. I searched through my gear methodically, looking for anything that didn't belong. I found it wrapped in my camp towel, another stick, this one with what looked like feathers tied to it with sinew. But these weren't any feathers I recognized. They were black, iridescent, and they seemed to move on their own even when there was no breeze. I threw it away immediately, but it didn't matter. Every camping trip since then, the same thing happens. Something follows me home. Each time I find a new token hidden in my gear, bones carved with symbols I don't recognize, stones arranged in patterns that hurt to look at. Once, a small leather pouch filled with teeth. Not human teeth, but not animal either. And each time I come home, the scratching gets louder. The gouges in my siding get deeper. I've started parking my car in the garage because I found handprints on the windows, handprints with too many fingers. Last month, I tried camping with friends, thinking maybe it wouldn't follow me if I wasn't alone. We went to Yosemite, 5 of us, good weather, popular campground, safe as camping gets. On the second night, Jake woke everyone up screaming. He said something was standing over his tent, breathing heavily. But when we looked, nothing was there. Just those footprints again, circling our entire campsite. We left the next morning, but it didn't matter. It still followed me home. And now my friends won't camp with me anymore.